right, so today we're looking at SOPA here, SOPA. They got their Q1 2022 financial results and they saw a huge increase in revenue. So we're expecting this is probably going to take off today at least a little bit. I mean, it already has. It went from a buck 80 to 270, but we might see some more out of it. We've got DPSI. I got uplisted this week. It's not looking too great, to be honest. We have a lot of sparsity in the volume. Besides that, it's sitting below that 200 EMA currently, which is not something we're too keen on taking a play with, but we'll keep an eye on it. Maybe it'll come back up. We've got BTTX, which is looking, half decent. It was looking a little bit better earlier, but we are still above that 200 EMA, which is the major line we want to stay above. So, for now, it's looking okay. And it was an earnings report later this week that people are waiting for. We've got HMTV, which acquired a streaming service. Doesn't look like it's gonna do anything, but we'll keep it open just in case. SREV here was acquired by a different company, so we're just gonna leave this one open as well. We might see something out of it, but probably not. ZNTE showed up on the scanner. It didn't bother to draw any lines on it. Doesn't look like it's got a whole lot going on, so we probably won't end up playing it. And SkyH is just on today's top list, so I thought I'd throw it up here to see if it ends up being something playable, but if not, that's okay too. We have Sin popping up right now too. I just want to get that up. Sin's looking half decent, so we'll keep an eye on Sin as we start our morning here in a minute. And XL also popped up. Okay, so we've had a couple spikes here. Nothing major. Nice drop. All right, so we have SOPA here opening up a little bit. BTTX opening down. We've got Sin opening, not up or down, a little bit up right now. DPSI not really doing a whole lot. Looks like it did shoot up on open and gap down. Nothing on HMTV or SREV so far. SREV actually looks like it might move a little bit. SkyH heading down. ESSC, we could take a look at that as well. Move all these up here. Let's ESSB. Not looking bad yet. That one's another one. Price range is a little high, but we'll see. Sin looking half decent, very bullish so far. SOPA still kind of sitting around doing not a whole lot, but I think we're gonna try an early trade on SOPA. This could bite us in the butt here, but we're gonna try it anyway. SOPA, we're going to try to get a little lower than 260. We want our stop loss below that 250 mark. So yeah, around 250, 255 if we can. We're going to aim for we'll go 280 on it and go for a 245 stop, I think. So hopefully that's enough room. We'll go for that 245. I don't know if honestly, I'm not sure if I'll hold till 245. If it breaks down from this VWAP, I'd probably be looking at exiting at like 249. I just want to see it hold on that line. That's the main goal with that. BTTX shot down and back up. We have Sin looking good so far. It is a little overextended. I'd like to see it get closer again to this VWAP and maybe we'll take a play on it. DPSI dropping, XL dropping. Did have a couple volatility spikes on ESSC here, going from $11 just to $11.25. We're going to close down HMTV. It's not doing anything. We'll keep SREV open a little bit longer. We're going to close down ZNTE. Sky H is also, well, you know what? It's doing okay. We have this little small cap scanner. It's not doing anything. Let's take a look if we can fix that. No. Okay. Well, we'll just work without it then. I can see it, but it's not popping up for you guys. SOPA took off all the way to 280. That is PT. SOPA. Gonna hold here a little bit. We're gonna leave a little bit in that trade. I actually am slacking on the ledger again already, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. SOPA. Looks like it was a good idea to hold a little bit here. BTTX back down, big candles here, going from 226 all the way to 236, back down to 226. Sin is also going for it, so we're going to try a Sin trade off hopefully 385 or lower. And then we're going to go for 420 on it. And then a 3, give it a 375 stop. I really, you know what, I want to give it 370 as a stop. That'll keep us fairly safe. So we'll see. We might end up actually exiting before that, but we'll see. We're already doing pretty good on it. So, and this is soon. Whoa, lost my mouse there. Okay. DPSI still heading down. XL looks like it's heading down. We have a little bit of movement on ESSC. It's honestly nothing major yet, so I'm not really too keen on taking a play on it, but we might see something out of it. SREV's going from about $1.43 to $1.46, so I don't think we're going to be playing that either. We do have... What else do we have? There's really nothing else running right now that I'm seeing. Not seeing any anything else popping up on the scanner. We did hit a high of 285. Looks like it is going to come down a little bit on SOPA. Should tell people we are leaving a runner in SOPA for the time being. But we'll see what happens with that. Sin's up at $4 here. We're hoping to see a lot more than that. We're looking for 420. Will we get that? It's kind of hard to say. That 420 is definitely up there, but we've seen this run a lot further. We're up to 405. SOAP will back up. We've got BTTX coming back up. I also want to take a play on this, but this one kind of worries me a little bit. BTTX. 236 is the support line, so we'll aim for that as an entry. We're gonna go for about a 250 PT and let's give it a 230 stop. So our stop loss is gonna be right there. So we're getting in around 236 if we can, maybe a little higher. We're aiming for 250, so up here. SOPA back up, looking good. That is the top band. You may want to start taking the rest of your profits out here, as we don't really see it opening up a little bit more. So that's kind of the only issue I'm seeing. We have good volume. MACD's not terrible. It does look like it's starting to curl down, but that can change any second. It's looking iffy. A little iffy. BTTX at 244. SYN looks like it's starting to curl down from that $4 mark. Bullish candle though, very bullish so far. DPSI might curl up here, but we are so far from that 200 EMA. I'm just not sure I want to take a play off that. Same with the stock XL, but you know, if there's enough volatility, we can make this work either way. ESSC really not liking just the 25 cent range it's got going on. SkyH really not doing anything. Not seeing much else pop up on the scanner. ZNTE is early green, so I'm going to check it again, but I don't think so. I don't think we're doing anything with the stock today. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's picked up a little bit of volume. Like, not really a lot. 5,000 volume. I don't really think we can play that. Yeah. We'll just leave it be for the day. SYN heading down a little bit. We've got SOPA still holding that 280 mark really well, actually. So looking a little bearish on this candle and a little bearish on that one. BTTX went all the way up to 248 or 247. Pretty close to PT. I'm not quite sure where you got in on it, but if you got close enough to the entry, it would be worth it. I got in a little high. So it wasn't really all that worth it. That's not true. It was still half decent. Getting all the way up to 247 is not the end of the world. 3 cents short of PT. Probably a late entry on that. RDBX, again, I don't have RDBX open, and we always seem to play it, so RDBX is looking half decent. Lines are in the proper positions. We see this starting to head down, maybe bounce off the VWAP. Looks like it might just bounce off that 90 EMA though. We'll have to leave that be for right now. We do have BTTX coming back up. We're pretty close to PT actually, so we might get it. We are seeing a drop on SOPA. I did say this is looking like it was the top, so we are heading back down to that VWAP line at 266. And I'm thinking I'm going to start another play on this as long as that MACD can hold. So BTTX, our entry point, at this point would probably be 260. We're aiming for 280 again, and then a 255. We want a tight stop on this because we don't really want to see this coming down on us much further than this. If it starts to head down lower than 260, we'll be sure to take that as an exit. Okay, jumping in. Got a couple cents lower. Still don't think I'm going to lower that stop loss. We're waiting on the 0 line on MACD, see if it breaks through or bounces off. If it bounces off, we probably pick the perfect entry. If it starts to break through, we'll probably hit stop pretty quick. We're at 251 on BTTX. That is PT. Oh, hang on. I made a mistake here. That is SOPA, not BTTX. Still waiting. We are breaking through slightly on the MACD here, but I think it might retrace. It's taking its sweet time to go down. It's definitely down there, but we still haven't broken it. There's a good chance this goes back up, so we'll keep an eye on that. But for right now, we're looking back at BTTX where we have hit PT and passed PT. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna leave a runner in this. That's what I'm gonna do. Leaving a runner in BTTX. Since up to $4.09. Kind of getting there. We're slowly getting there. Glad to see that most of these are just kind of working out. We're still seeing some selling pressure on SOPA. We do have a big wall at 258 for buyers, so we might actually just see this hold until it starts to move back up. We're seeing the volume pick back up. That MACD is probably going to start to curl here very shortly. That was a nasty drop, though. It was definitely a good opportunity to buy in, so hopefully this tight stop doesn't really mess us up too bad. BTTX at 258, almost 260, so we're doing well on that. DPSI started to climb. I wasn't really paying attention, but looking good on that one. Went from the bottom there at almost $8 to almost $10, so that was a $2 move on DPSI. This could be a runner today, so we'll keep an eye on that. SOPA starting to break down a little bit more here. BTTX with a nice spike up to 262. Oh, 263. SYN looking half decent. DPSI all the way back down. Yeah, SOPA just touched the stop loss there. I'm still pretty sure this is going to move back up, but I think our stop loss might have been just a tiny bit too tight. SOPA might jump back in. Like, I really don't see this breaking down yet, but I want to give it a second. I want to see a clear direction. SYN with a nice drop. BTTX with a high of 266 now. Yeah, if you didn't take profits on SYN, it's probably a good time to cut. If you didn't take profits on SYN, cut. We definitely don't want to leave it to hit that 270 stop loss. If this starts to look bad, generally you just want to exit before you hit that stop. ESSC dropping. Sky starting to make some moves here. Went up a little bit. I still think that the volume's a little lacking on this, so I don't think we're going to end up actually playing this. RDBX has been ranging quite a bit, going from 613 to 630. It's okay. It's not the worst small range. I think we could potentially make money off of it if we get in around that 200 EMA. So I think that's what we'll be aiming to do, is to get in at that 200 EMA and then maybe see it come back up even higher. The only thing I worry about is it did start below that 200 EMA, so it could drop back below pretty quickly. SOPA continues its drop, so we're not going to touch that quite yet. BTTX starting to head back down. We did get a high of 266 out of it. If you didn't take profits, we'll probably see this continue up, I would assume, but we do have this pyramid shape of volume, so we could be on our way back down with that. We'll have to see. Sin might turn around. There's a possibility of that. DPSI not doing a whole lot. Anything else really moving? We're getting Surf kind of popping up, so let's take a look at Surf. Nah, I would say that's probably a no. BTTX bullish candle. SOPA might turn around here. This might be the bottom at 250. We don't really have much in terms of support lines here, so you know what? There's a little bit of a support line. I think I'm going to jump back in on it. SOPA, I don't know. I think we can get lower. I think 255 is pretty reasonable. Still going to aim for that 280 mark and then a 245. I'll give it a 247 stop. So we're looking for a stop loss right about there. Didn't realize how tight our last one was. It got at 250, now 255. Very tight. There's 255 right there. If we can get it a little bit lower, we can even move that stop loss down a little bit, and that might even be more beneficial. But I don't know if you want to wait for that. Okay, so that's our only active play right now is SOPA. Oh my god, I scared myself. I thought I put BTTX in again. BTTX is at VWAP. This could be a good opportunity for a buy-in. That is correct. I think I need to see it actually retest it. We did have a nice run, but BTTX is one of those stocks that can really just go all over the place. Bottom band is kind of curling in, so that's good to see. I would like to see this MACD start to not head straight down. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see if we can figure out the small caps. No, it's coming up as a halt. Testing out all these other windows. Yeah, for some reason it got messed up. That's okay. We'll set up the scanner again for tomorrow. Sin, yeah, I would say the Sin's curling. I might end up actually jumping back in on this. I'd like to see a little bit of volume kick up here. Okay, so we're seeing volume start to pick up. This candle's definitely going to close with at least as much, if not more volume. So I think I am going to jump back in on Sin as well. 390, we're going to aim for, we're not going to go too far. We're going to go 410 on it and a 380 stop loss. So we're going to give it about 10 cents. We don't need a huge stop loss on this. RDBX definitely retested and failed, so we're going to leave that be. We're seeing BTTX to see if this is going to fail the VWAP test here. So far looking bearish. That could turn around, but we are at that zero line on MACD pretty much here, so we're going to see whether this retraces or not. SOPA came pretty close to stop. Yeah, if you waited properly, waited enough, you probably got a half decent entry on SOPA. Well, that's why I thought I did in BTTX because I did that on the ledger. Oh man, I'm all over the place today. Okay. BTTX does not look like it's holding VWAP, but it does look like it might hold the support line. There seems to be some buyers picking it back up, so we'll have to see if it holds there. SYN hits that PT, no problem. Hits 414. PT 414. Oh, no, not SYN. I just want to type in SYN. I think I'm going to take the full amount out. I don't think I need a runner unless I can get a little... I might leave a runner. No, it's probably a bad idea. I think I'm going to take majority of it out. I'll leave a small runner. We'll see if we can scrape a couple extra cents out of it. BTTX is honestly holding this level pretty good so far. I do expect it to drop, though. We are bearish on that MACD, so we'll have to see. Maybe if this starts to curl, we'll jump in quickly, but as of right now, it's okay. It's not doing great. Limit orders? No, I place mainly market orders. I'm not too picky on the price that I get in at. If you time it right, you can usually get a good one. Yeah, SOPA is real slow. We're seeing that volume really, decrease, which isn't normally a good sign. So this might be something we want to exit. That bottom band is slowly opening up and just heading down. Considering just to break even. I think that's probably the way to go with SOPA right now. I don't think it's doing quite what we wanted. Looking to cut SOPA at break even or better. Yeah, we can get out at least break even. Probably get a couple extra cents here. Got it 253. Okay, so we're seeing it really holding on the support line. It's got 3 candles I've touched and held above. Bottom band curling in pretty tight. Top band is too. You know what? I think I'm feeling kind of safe to take a play on this. I still don't really trust the stock, but 240. I'd like to aim for 260. It might be a little far though, so we'll go 250 and we'll see from there. And then let's give it a 235 stop. I don't think we need a crazy stop. Wow, that was a lucky spike right there. Almost at 250 right there. All right, well that's PT. In fact, I needed that extra 2 cents because I got in a little late. BTTX. Taking it all out, when something shoots up like that, generally what we see is a little bit of a reversal. It could be wrong in the case of BTTX because we see this kind of volatility all the time on the stock. Whenever it does get mentioned, it tends to pick up really volatile. Really volatilely? Not really sure on the phrase I wanted to use there, but I'm sure you understand. SOPA does look like it would have stopped us out. It does look bullish. It does look like it's coming back a little bit. It definitely would have stopped us out. In SYN, yeah, I went up a little bit more. I'm still just kind of holding on because I don't know. I feel like I can get, if I get more out of it, I need at least 430 to make it worth it. I think it might actually get to that 430 mark, but we'll see. BTTX back down to that VWAP line. We can buy back in on that VWAP. BTTX, probably 242. We're gonna aim for again 252 and then a 235 stop loss. So we're gonna take basically the same trade again. Hopefully get a little bit more out of it. Okay, SOPA's definitely curling, which kind of sucks if we just cut it like 2 minutes ago, but we would have stopped out, so it was the right decision. I just wish we had a different circumstance for that. So we're gonna go like maybe a 250-ish entry. We're gonna aim for at least 270, and then I want a maybe just a 240. I'm gonna give a 243 stop. About a 7-cent stop. So we're aiming for the low side of that 250 if we can. BTTX back up, looking half decent. I think we're going to hit that 252 mark. Sin did in fact touch 424. We're getting real close to that 430 point, and then I might take the rest of that out. I'm also not really worried if it comes down on me and I get out at break even or whatever, because it's like 10%, so it's nothing major. SOPA is looking good right now. Nice to have you back, Orion. $250 entry. Nice. We are past our PT. This does look like it's going to head up further. We might get 260 out of it, so I'm going to hold a little bit longer. I might just take 50% out. Save some of these profits. Sin still working up there. We've got BTTX looking very bullish with this candle. We've got SOPA still struggling, but you know, we're getting closer to an entry here, so I mean, ideally, I'd like to get all the way down to 250 for an entry, but I don't think that will happen. I think 252 might be the best I get here. We're going to see. Top band closing in pretty hard. So is the bottom band. We are at 250 now, so I'm going to jump in. Might give it like an extra second here. Yeah, okay, 250. Sin's on its way up a little bit here. Hopefully we can break this bearish candle and continue our way up, but this is looking kind of like a reversal, so if you're still in it, probably a good time to come out and wait for another entry, probably an entry at $4. SOPA, it's going up a little bit here. Did see 255 on BTTX back down to that 9 EMA. Probably see a little bit more of a drop. If this starts to come down, we'll probably see it at least a 248. Might have some resistance around that level. 248 something. Maybe 247. That's where I expect to see some support. SOPA 249. I think SOPA's going to go today. Your PT is 262. Nice. SOPA? Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. We're hoping to see it bounce back before that 243 support or 243 stop. I use IBKR. BTTX rallying now. We're up to 258 on it, 259, almost at that 260 point. If we can break 261, we could probably see some high numbers here. Sin's still kind of holding on. I really do think this is coming for a little bit of a pullback here, so we're going to assume that we're probably going to see this back down to that at least $4 or $4. Yeah, about $4, maybe 402. It is close to PT. Yeah, we're getting there. Definitely getting there. A couple cents. Ooh, hard rejection there. We got 300 buyers coming in at 250 though, so this might actually just push back up. I don't think it's over yet. Oh, they're getting eaten up pretty good though. That was a lot of sellers. SOPA did take a little bit of a dip here down to 248. Looks like it is going to be curling back up. We're hoping to see this MACD cross and start to turn a little bit more bullish. We'd like to see an increase in volume as well to accompany it, but that's only in a perfect world. There was a lot of sellers on BTTX there. The stock is very, very unpredictable. If you're still in it, you could definitely take the rest of your profits out at 250, 252, or somewhere up here if you get it. Doesn't look like it's going to do that major run I was hoping for. Could still be wrong. It could still do it, but there was a lot of sellers there, so has me a little bit shaken. Sin's still holding on that 9 EMA. Looks like it might start to move back up from here. DPSI not doing much. XL not doing anything. Surf not really worth looking at. Not seeing anything new on the scanner either, so we'll just keep playing BTTX and SOPA of the sort and SIN because these three at least look like they're doing something. RDBX, it's okay. It's got a 30-cent range though from top to bottom, and yeah, it's pretty spotty price action, so I'm not really too keen on taking that either. BTTX still, we're seeing some bullish candles, so this could push back up. It is sitting right on a resistance line and having a hard time breaking through. That's usually a problem. BTTX, I'm not too worried about it. We're going to see. It's going to go volatile one way or another. SOPA, we're up on SOPA a couple cents now, but nothing major. Just keep an eye on BTTX. Yeah, SOPA is super slow. We got a really good trade on it earlier though, so yeah, that was really nice. Around 250. What do we get in at on that? 255 to 385 or something. Yeah, just the top there, 385. That's crazy. We haven't really seen anything like that since. Yeah, Sin, that's a couple bullish candles here, 3 in a row. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a momentum play. I'm still in it with the runner. Haven't really done much since with it, so I guess we're just gonna sit and watch. Maybe we can hit that 430 mark and I'll exit. BTTX looks like it's getting rejected. SOPA with a big rejection as well. SOPA really doesn't want to give up these levels here around that 249, 250 level. Having a really hard time with my heater here. I bought a new heater and it comes with a remote, but the my RGB on my desk also has a remote, and I guess they're sending stuff on the same frequency because whenever you use one remote, it controls both. Soap is looking good. Orion, did you draw a demand zone or supply zone, whichever way it is? I don't even use that for futures, so I'm definitely not going to use it for stocks, but it is actually working. It looks pretty legit. Might if we can break VWAP here, this could go really well. We are up at that 260 level. You can take profits here. We're definitely not bad on profits around that 260, so that's always an option. We can take some profits here on SOPA. It's definitely a good idea. We don't know if it's gonna break this. It looks like it is breaking it though. We do have some sellers stacking, but we're eating through it pretty well here. So if we can hold that VWAP, we're probably in business, but it doesn't look like it wants to hold. Those bands are kind of telling us it's not going to. Volume increase. If we see this candle start to shoot up like those two, we might see it. BTTX had a nasty drop. Looks like it's working its way back up. Sin at 420. Did hit 430 twice actually, so we did hit that Sin at 430. When did we originally exit Sin at 4 on 412? It's not bad. We didn't do bad on that. All right, so we broke through. Looks like it's holding so far. We're going to see a retest on this candle. Holding SOPA from 251. I think I'm about the same. I'm 250. So we're looking good on that. Does look like it's testing again right now. We do have a lot of sellers stacking up, so let's see if we can eat through it. It's going okay so far. Got a lot of buyers coming in at 262 on it. Yeah, it's in 3 times at 430. It's following this 9 EMA very nicely here. Sin's looking like it's gonna probably make a new high here. Might even take off a little bit. I mean, we could probably try a 420 entry on Sin. It is a little risky, but we'll just give it a tight stop if that's the case. SOPA is still holding 265, looking good. A lot of sellers at 265. BTTX looking okay. Have some potential reversals. Did come back down on that 9 EMA, so we're going to be looking for an entry on Sin around 420. Probably looking for a 440 PT at least, and then a 4, we'll go with 410. We could probably have given it a little bit more if we wanted to. We definitely have the room, but I don't really want to risk too much on it because we are sitting up pretty high on this, and it could end up coming down on us pretty hard, pretty fast. Okay, PTTX back up to 250. SOPA still kind of struggling. We're seeing it still at that top band there. We hit high at 267. We are at least bullish on MACD now. We're seeing an increase in volume, so we've got some good signs. I do think it's going to have to give this level up, though, and move back down a little bit. And that kind of worries me because then we're breaking away from that potential support line and turning into resistance. Not necessarily something we want right now, especially with how weak the stock was earlier. BTTX going forward again. Top band opening up. MACD just crossing now. We're seeing a decrease in volume though, so if you haven't taken your exit, I'm thinking this is probably about time. You might get a couple more cents out of this. Could potentially a 257. Yeah, wow, actually, just about. I think we could probably see some more out of it, but we'll call a PT on Sin. We'll leave a runner because we will probably see more profits out of this, but I just want to make sure that we're securing some profits on the way out. That seems to be working a lot better. Why does it say short position there? That's not a short position. I think my ledger's honestly just too full. Like we're getting past a whole year on the same ledger. Might have to just reset it at some point. I think Sin popped up on my pre-market, but it didn't pop up on my regular scanner. How did I get 420? I didn't get 420 on Sin. 427? I didn't get that. I got 424. BTTX, yeah, we did hit that 257 mark. This is a bullish candle, even though it's red. I do think this could potentially go a little bit higher. You might see 260. Not quite sure, though. I'm pretty good to just... I think I'm good to take the rest out. We look like we're breaking into a pretty well perfect range here, so... Maximize profits. Bless you. 257. So we you know what, that trade actually went not too well, pretty well though. 242 to 257 is not bad. SOPA does look like it's giving it up, so if you didn't take your profits, it looks like it's probably going to head back down for a consolidation. It might just bounce off this 256 level and head back up, though. That if it doesn't hold the 256, man, you could go all the way back down to 250 on it. So I'm good to take profits on it and just kind of let it do its thing. When I see that it bottoms out, we'll probably end up taking another play on it. But just seeing profits on it is, good enough for me for the most part. Sin for a re-entry is a possibility. Although I think if I re-enter on Sin, it's probably going to be closer to that view up. We'll probably see this dip down to about 420 at least. And if it doesn't stop there, it could come all the way down to that view up. We see RDBX failing, so we're going to close that. DPSI not doing anything. We've got XL. Well, it made a move, 130 to 140, but the price range isn't quite where I like it. Surf is also not really doing a whole lot, so we'll just leave it at these three charts right now. We seem to be making a decent amount of plays off it. We do a BTTX at 258. So I'm hoping for 260 before I completely close out, but I don't think I'm going to get it, so I'll just take my profits. SOPA is still heading down here. We're hoping this stops at least at, around this 256 level, but it's at 254 now, so we might see it back down to 250. Sin looks like it's holding at this 430 level pretty decently. I'm a little worried. I'm still a little worried to take another play on it. I still have the runner in it, so I think I'm just going to leave it be for now. Yeah, I know. BTTX, very unpredictable. So it's kind of why we keep our PTs fairly close on it. I mean, we're doing well on it so far. As long as you pick a good entry, the rest just kind of comes. BTTX, I think we're going to jump back in. I'd like to hit at least 240, 248 for an entry. Then we're going to aim for 260. I don't know. I think we can even get better than 248. We might be able to get that 246. I'm going to try for 246. And then, whoops. Go for a 240 stop. Stop loss is a little tight for me, but we're right at that bottom. If we hit this, we're making at least the same low as the first one here. So the first bounce, and that's not what we want to see. If we have to get a little bit higher, that's also fine. We'll have to see what that holds for us. SOPA does look like it wants to turn around here. This was a very bullish candle, kind of bearish, but looks like it's filling up nicely here. So I think we could potentially try SOPA again. Around a 250 entry. We're going to aim for, again, 260, maybe 265, and then a 245. We're only going to give it 5 cents. So we're going to see what that can do for us. Sin's still worrying me, so I'm not going to bother taking another play on that quite yet. BTTX, getting closer to entry here. Let's see. All right, guys, we took a couple plays on BTTX and SOPA and Sin mainly. They turned out pretty well, so we're doing pretty good. I think that's all for the recording, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. Make sure you like and subscribe for more. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.